Nian Hao, or in other words, Happy New Year. Chinese New Year is one of the most widely celebrated and highly valued holidays of the Chinese culture. So why would a holiday seemingly irrelevant to the United States matter so much to you? Well, according to National Geographic, 2.7 million people in the United States are of Chinese descent. So whether you celebrate the holiday yourself or meet someone who does, chances are throughout your life you will encounter Chinese New Year. As a Chinese language student at my high school, my teacher, who is a China native, has made it extremely clear just how valued Chinese New Year is to their culture. However, not everyone is as lucky to receive this information firsthand, so they stay uninformed of the holiday. Today, I will be discussing three main components needed to understand the culture of Chinese New Year. Throughout this speech, we will uncover the history, learn about the zodiac animals, and lastly, the celebratory customs. To begin, let's learn about the history surrounding Chinese New Year. The history surrounding Chinese New Year is about a monster named Nian, whose name directly translates to year. Nian was a monster who, according to ChineseNewYearFestival.org, would awaken and descend upon the village. This monster would then eat children and livestock, leaving the village in ruins. The people lived in fear, until one day they met a god disguised as an old man. This old man told them how to ward off Nian. All they had to do was hang red lanterns outside their house, because Nian was terrified of the color red. This attempt was successful, and they finally warded off Nian from entering the village. Because of this, the color red is still considered lucky to the Chinese people today. The day that Nian passed over the village without attacking, the term Guo Nian was created, which directly translates to celebrate the year. Now that we understand the history of Chinese New Year, let's examine the role zodiac animals play. The zodiac animals are a set of representative animals based off of a legend, which rotate depending on the year. The legend was that a competition was set up by the Jade Emperor, in which all animals would compete in a race to see which ones could become the months and the year of the Chinese calendar. According to TravelChinaGuide.com, the 12 that arrived first would be selected. The animals oftentimes vowed to work together. However, these vows were often broken. One example of this is the relationship of the rat and the cat. The rat and the cat were known to be friends, and the rat vowed that he would help wake up the cat the morning of the race because the cat just couldn't seem to get up in the morning. However, the day of the race, the rat turned his back on the cat and let her sleep in, missing the race altogether. The order of the animals that were successful in becoming part of the zodiac calendar were the rat, the ox, the tiger, the rabbit, the dragon, the snake, the horse, the sheep, the monkey, the rooster, the dog, and the pig. Each Chinese New Year, a different animal represents the holiday and the year to come. For example, this year, 2016, is the year of the monkey. Additionally, each child born in 2016 will consider the monkey to be their personal zodiac animal. This is because your personal zodiac animal is based off of the year you were born. For example, I was born in 1999, making my animal the rabbit. Each animal has different character traits, which can directly reflect the personality of the person they are representing. Additionally, people can find compatibility tests and personality tests online, which can tell them all about the different animals that they are best fit to be friends with. Now that we have learned the role zodiac animals play in Chinese New Year, let's go through the different traditions done around the holiday. According to History Channel's website, Chinese New Year is a 15-day-long celebration, marked with important events and symbols. Certain days are marked with specific events. For example, on day 5, the gods of prosperity are thought to come down to earth and send blessings. People oftentimes set off firecrackers in the street as a physical representation of these blessings. Another example would be on day 15, the last day of the holiday, in which the celebration of lanterns takes place. People will walk the streets setting off lanterns into the sky. These lanterns are often shaped like animals as a way to honor the past gods and legends. There are many different symbols within the Chinese New Year, but there are two that stand out the most. The first is the red envelope of money. The red envelope stands for luck, just as I mentioned in the story of Nian at the beginning of my speech. The money within the envelope goes to the children in China as a way to bless them with prosperity for the upcoming year. The second symbol is the dragon. The dragon is a common symbol for Chinese New Year because most people in China believe that they are descendants of the dragon. The history, zodiac animals, and celebrations of Chinese New Year are all key components needed in understanding Chinese culture. By educating ourselves on different cultures, we can become a more well-rounded and open-minded society, welcoming other traditions into our nation. In my intro, I explained the prominence of Chinese culture in the United States. I hope throughout my speech you have learned to value the traditions of others. As Theodore Taylor once said, differences simply act as a yarn of curiosity, unraveling until we get to the other side.